What's going on, everybody? Crypto Helper back again with another video, and this time we're going to discuss the FOMC meeting last night, which resulted in volatility in the markets. So guys, before we get started, as you can see, I'm on 376 subscribers and I'm trying to reach 400. So before we get into this, guys, could you just hit the subscribe button and the like? I would really appreciate it, and then we'll just get into it. But first of all, the FOMC meeting last night. So the expectation was we were going to raise interest rates by 25 base points, which is what happened last night. So when that did happen, if you look at the Dixie here on the 5 minutes, or it doesn't matter, we can range it to higher, but the Dixie tanked. So, well, not tanked, it did decline though, from 102 all the way down to 101. It doesn't sound that much of a dip, but it rejected. So what's going on with the dollar is it's getting weaker and weaker. And obviously the Fed raising interest rates, printing lots of more money than it should be, is weakening the dollars. So just think of this, guys. So if me and you created money and used it, that would be counterfeit money and we would go to jail for it. But the Fed, they can print as much as they want out of thin air and they don't get any punishment whatsoever. It devalues our savings, and that's what inflation is basically. So if you look at the Dixie, it sent the Dixie crash, and if you look at the stock market, the S&P 500, it sent the stock market down as well, because people are starting to lose faith with the government just printing lots and lots of money and raising interest rates. So I'm just going to show you this little one here. So the Federal Reserve has raised US interest rates for the 9th time in a row, despite the turmoil in the country's banking systems. So if you're aware, last week lots of banks are sort of insolvent and people are doing bank runs because they want the money. So Jerome Powell has not even took this into consideration. He's just raised the interest rates again and just putting more pressure on the banks. And basically something's got to give. So if you look, the decision took the upper limit of US interest rates to 5%, the highest level since 2007. And guys, remember, history always repeats itself. So look back in 2008 with the mortgage decline, where banks like Fannie Mae and everything all went bust, and the whole housing, there was a housing crisis and it just collapsed. So they haven't learned the lesson, they just do the same thing again and they never learn from it. Just remember, guys, these have one of the most intelligent people working for them and they still can't do it. So my guess is that it's all staged and planned to do this. So if you look at him, he says the Fed's chairman said policymakers had taken into account recent turbulence in the American banking system, including the failure of Silicon Valley Bank. However, he stressed that policymakers had to prioritise tackling inflation. So he wants it down at 2%. So he's not even interested in what's going to happen with the people not being able to pay the mortgages, pay the loans. There's going to be a lot of defaults. And guys, it's just going to happen again and again and again, where it's just about going to sort of depression, and it's going to be another collapse. It's only a matter of time. And people are like, if you look at the S&P, people are jumping out the stock market and they don't trust it. They don't trust the dollar. And another reason is, look at this. If you look at China and Russia have just done a deal with China to use their currency instead of the US dollar. So basically Putin just said, fuck you USA, I'm not using you anymore. We're going to do our own thing. And that's another thing with the US dollar. That is another reason why it's sort of tanked, because it's less trade deals for the dollar. So people are getting onto this, and Putin has already set up blockchain technology like digital currencies and stuff. So they're sort of innovating, where America is against all crypto because they cannot regulate it, and well, they want to regulate it but they cannot get into it. So they're miles behind, and these guys along the line, these are going to be above America, and I'm not just saying it, but that is the truth, because America are just, the people in power are just horrible people. Let's just say it like that. So if you looked at the Dixie, you looked at Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin did go down on the news, but it was starting to recover that. Normally there's lots of volatility before Jerome Powell speaks. So the interest rates got raised obviously to 25 base points, and we did shoot up. That's probably just grabbing people's stop losses for liquidity, and it done the same here as well. So if you had a stop loss under here, it seeked it and took it out, took all the liquidity, and then it dropped, and then now we've come back. So basically, guys, that's what's going on in the market. So I'm just going to show you the coins. If you look at the crypto bubbles, So we've got Hex, that's up at the moment on the daily. Litecoin, now I know the governments hate Litecoin with it being too decentralized, and they kind of get a hold of that one. So that's why people are putting their money into there. So if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, so the Bitcoin dominance, I'm going to show you this on the daily. And this was a sort of signal to say that we're going to be coming down anyways. So we've been at around about the 48 for a while. So I'm just going to try and zoom this out a bit and show you. So we've always hit around the 48 mark, so 48%, a little bit over, but each time we've hit it, we've rejected it and come down to test around about the 40s, down towards the 40 areas. So this is on the green marks, 39.40. So yesterday, we didn't get as high as that. We didn't get as high as 48. So we've had a rejection before that, but that could have just been off the interest rates and stuff like that. It still could hit the 48 area. I'm not counting my chickens just yet. But if we do start to come down this way again, then the money's going to obviously outflow out of Bitcoin, and it's going to be jumping into other stuff. So the likes of the altcoins. So look at it, look at the likes of Dash, Hex, Litecoin, all the layer ones. So lots of money would be going into that, and we could have sort of an altcoin season or a mini season where alts are going to be pumping. And I'll show you in a minute what I'm obviously buying and what I have bought and stuff like that. So I'll just take these off so my computer can work a bit quicker. So I'm on Bybit at the moment, and here's me small. I've got a small account here for leverage trading and spot. So guys, always remember that if you have got a big portfolio, never leave it on an exchange, because you're not in control of them funds. So I just have a little amount on my trading account where I use for spot. And the difference between spot and derivatives is spot is you actually own the asset. So if I buy 100 theta, I own 100 theta. Where derivatives is like a contract. So you're just sort of betting that the price is going to go up or the price is going to go down. And I'll show you what I mean. So I'll just show you my spots, what I've been buying at the moment. So obviously I've got my Bitcoin, my Ethereum, I've bought Theta, Sol, Zil, Link and Aptos. And I'll show you my little my strategy. So I'll just go on to my spot account. And some of these coins I'll show you on the 4 hour. It's just a simple strategy, to be honest. So when these, I just look at the RSI. So for Phantom, I don't know if I bought, I'll take these take all the lines off so you can see. So basically guys, on the 4 hour, I just use the RSI as my target. So when the RSI is oversold, I can buy. And when it hits up towards the oversold area, I sell. Once it comes back down again, I buy. Once it hits this area again, I sell. It's as simple as that. There's no emotions involved. So some of these coins like Ethereum's coming down to the bottom of the RSI again. Obviously I've already bought that, but I'll just wait till it hits these areas again, and I'll see where I'm at, and I'll just swap it into USDT. And then when it comes back down and retests again, I just buy it, and you just start accumulating these cryptos. The likes of Bitcoin, if you look on the daily, the 4 hourly, sorry, yes, we had that dip for the Fed yesterday, but it's starting to come back straight back up to where it was. And the RSI is sort of on its way to reset again, and then we can go to higher levels. So I'm not counting anything out yet. Lido Finance, yeah, again, that's nearly up in them areas. Chainlink's come down again, and once in that area, I'll not sell until it's right back up into the oversold area, overbought. So it's a simple strategy, guys. That's all you do. It's so simple. People who are in the micro, they get the smaller time frames for entries. But if you've got a full-time job and you only want to trade like once, twice a month or whatever, you just do this. Put it on even on a higher time frame. But on the 4 hourly, it works okay for me. So you can just buy at these areas, sell at these areas. Wait till it comes back down into these areas again, buy again. And then when it gets up, or if you really want to get involved, you can buy in these areas, short it in these areas, buy it in these areas and short it if you've got the time. But if you haven't, you can just make money simple that way, and there's no emotions involved. You're not like checking the markets, and if something goes up, you panic and you start seeing selling, and it messes with your emotions. This takes it all out. See Miranda. We've got FET as well. So there's loads of different strategies of Solana, sorry. there, if you look at the RSI, right back down again, ready to do its thing. So I'll be looking to enter these. I've already entered Sol, but I'm on about on my leverage trading. So on my derivatives account, you can see there's not much in there. It's only like $374. And there's the trade that I'm in now. So it's like $8, $9 down, but this is just on a 15-minute chart. And the same again, look, you can see the RSI is flat, it's tapped out, it's at the very bottom. I'm just going to wait till it goes up to this area, have a look where it is, and just and close my position. And then if you use this button here, see the arrows, I can reverse the position. So when it comes up to these areas, just click reverse and it'll short it. And on the way down again, I'll just keep doing that. So if I followed it, this is just a 15-minute chart. So if I followed this, guys, look, the RSI, the bottom, get to the top, I sell. You could short it from here, back down to the bottom, sell. Buy here, it didn't reach the, well, you would have sold here, it would have made a small profit. Back down again. Now this didn't reach the bottom of the RSI where I like down these areas. So even if you didn't get that, you still could have got up towards these areas, look. Shorted, once it crosses, boom, down. And again, look, we're at the bottom of the RSI on the 15-minute. I'm just using the 15-minute today. And all I'm going to do is just wait till it gets back up to this area and see where we're at. It's just a little simple strategy and just see where we'll go. Obviously, I've got my stop losses in place in case it goes dramatically wrong. But this is just a way that you can leverage your money. So I'll just show you. If you look over this area, you can see the cost of that was $190. But the value that I've done, because I've went 10x, I've 10 times that to 1,800. So that's the power of leverage. So you can leverage your money by 10, 20, it doesn't matter what you want, 25. But the thing is, you can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money. So you've just got to be wise as to how you're going to use this strategy. So with me spot, I make profits off my spot and I put them into me leverage trading, so it's free money really. I'm not putting my own money into leverage trade. It's a little strategy I use. I use my spot. When that money hits these areas, or my crypto hits the areas, I'll trade it all in for USDT. Look at the profits I've made, and I'll put about 10% of that into my leverage trading. So I'll leverage trade that, and if I lose, well, I'll just do the same again with my spot account. Wait till it rises up to what I need. Take out the profit and put 10% in each time, so I'm not using my own money. So we'll see how this gets on today. It looks like a little nice bull flag coming in. I know you can be a little bit out of the way when it comes to that by thinking that your emotions get a hold of you. So all I'll do is I'll just wait till this rises up towards the oversold, and then I'll look at the position then, and then I'll just sell it, and then I'll go the opposite way, and I'll just go with the waves basically. If you can see, it's just all the waves. So up the wave, down the wave, up the wave, and just keep continuing to do that and see what happens. So also the last thing I'm going to talk about is the Arbitrum airdrop today. So with the have I just seen something on my 2 seconds, guys? I'm sure I just seen it about the Arbitrum airdrop. So that is going to be worth about, I think it's about $1 billion worth of the airdrop. So that's going to have a lot of liquidity in the market. So I expect some volatility today at some point, and these could be going into other cryptos. So I expect to see some pop-offs today in crypto. So that's why I got into XRP as well. So we've had a lovely run with XRP. It's come down nicely, and I want to see if I can ride that wave back up. So guys, if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. Please try and get this up to 400. I'd really appreciate it. Hit the like button, and anybody, you guys that might want to tell your friends that are into this and how to sort of trade leverage or spot trade, then just show them this video. But other than that, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one.